Hey there, Capricorn. Welcome to your reading for the week of August 15th. This week I'm still collaborating with Marie Moore, so definitely check her out down below if you haven't already. And also this week I am doing a 20% off sale of all readings. I'm going away in a couple weeks here, and I will be gone and unavailable for readings for a little bit over a week. So now is the time to get a reading. If you want one, again, just use the code MINNOW at checkout, and that will give you 20% off. You can go to the site above or below, and all the details for the discount are there as well. But having said all that, let's see what's going on for you this week. And let's see. I'm actually going to pull an extra card for you guys. There we go. So definitely probably thinking about some things in the past, some past issues and things like that. You start off with the Seven of Diamonds, so possibly thinking about or having doubts about money and things like that. I actually, I'm getting that that next week is going to be a lot better. I think next week all these doubts are going to be crushed for you in a lot of ways. So, I would just definitely tell you to stay out of your head as far as finances go and things like that, and don't get too caught up in worrying about things and things like that, because I think next week is going to be a total change just based off of this last card that I pulled as well. I think your last card, really, that extra card I pulled, kind of explains what you'll be going into. Next, you have the Three of Diamonds. If you're involved in anything legal, double check all your paperwork. This is a card of issues with paperwork in legal situations, and even situations like real estate and things like that. Anything, even though that's not necessarily a legal situation, there's still contracts and things like that involved. So definitely double check all your paperwork. If you're not involved in anything legal, this can represent something new coming to you, but sometimes there's like a little bit of resistance to try that new thing because it's new and it's scary. But this card wants you to try something new, so don't be afraid of anything new that comes along this week. Next, you have the Nine of Spades. Thinking about the past, I think Capricorn's been doing this for a few weeks now. It's come up several times for you. Thinking about old worries and fears and griefs and all these things. So definitely try to let that stuff go. Again, nines are cards of newness as well, new things, trying new things. So don't get caught up in the old. Don't get caught up in that stuff. Definitely try the new. If I'm being honest, I feel like maybe possibly there will be some sort of situation that springs up this week, just looking around here, that could maybe feel like a very old, very scary situation, but I don't think it'll amount to anything. So just know that going into the week, and don't even pay attention to it. Basically, it could be involving a person who gave you a lot of grief in the past, who maybe caused some sort of issue. I would just say, ignore them or move past it or something along those lines. Next, you have the Jack of Clubs. This is actually a good card. I do feel like on one hand, this is that person coming in. So if any of you have been involved with anything like in the past, like I'm talking like it feels like that like somebody from, like 4 years ago is who hasn't popped up since is popping up now. And I would just say that this could be that person. Just ignore them is the message I'm getting. So if somebody pops their head up that you really don't want to deal with, ignore them. Having said that, this is a great card of planning for the future, setting goals, and achieving goals. I actually think Capricorn's about to get, like I said, really aggressive in achieving their goals, and that's kind of further backed up by the Three of Clubs. I mean, the Queen of Clubs, not the Three of Clubs. Queen of Clubs coming up next. Definitely achieving goals and using all your resources and things like that to get what you want. So don't be afraid to set goals this week. Next, you show up as the Jack of Diamonds. This is definitely Capricorn. A good way to show up. Jack of Diamonds is, as I say, the only Jack in the deck that truly wants to be the king. So it looks like, I think by the end of the week, you'll be possibly starting something new, a new project. You could even be starting a new relationship for a small percentage of you. But this is you starting something new. Like I said, moving past all this old stuff and beginning something new. I know that's very general, but it is a very general thing. I think a lot of you are starting several new things, possibly, in your life. And, I think that you are going to make whatever that new thing is really truly happen with this card. And the extra card I pulled here is the Four of Clubs. I just wanted to see what you would be going into next week with, and this is a great card. It's a card of mental stability and being very stable and having very good thoughts. It's also a card of learning and learning extra things to be successful, and it's also a card of travel and possibly traveling in the future and taking a vacation and things like that. So it's a good card in a lot of ways. But I also think that this card is coming in saying that actually, moving into next week, you'll be very mentally stable and you'll know exactly what you're doing and you'll be able to get a lot done. So that's good as well. But it looks like an interesting week. I would just say, watch out for somebody from your past or something from your past. As you know, I don't usually deliver negative messages, but it did come up here. So definitely just watch out for that. But thank you for watching and enjoy your week.